After leaving SVA as principal, he became dean of the School of Business at Andrews University. For 17 years, Dr. Twomley served as the president and CEO of Worthington Foods, where he had gained experience as a leader and visionary for a publicly traded food company. And God had used him to help rescue a sister institution, Mount Vernon Academy in Ohio, which had similar problems as SVA.
Because of the unique founding of Shenandoah Valley Academy, I've always believed that God has had his hand over this school. And when I was asked to come back and to try to help in the revitalization of this school, I was available, and I certainly was interested in the school, but I didn't want to come unless I really believed that it was a spiritual calling, not just another job. And so when Connie and I came and visited, it didn't take us very long before we were convinced that this is where God wanted us. And so just 2 days after we met with the board, we started working. Of course, the first thing we had to do is determine what had happened to our enrollment. How could we have lost 70 students in 1 year? We had good programs and good people, and the board and I determined we had enough people on the bus, but some were on the wrong seats. And so we determined that we must begin the painful process of letting some good people go. The staff and I decided that we needed to review and refocus on the purpose, the objectives, and the mission of this school. And as we did this, we realized we needed to put more time and energy and resources in the spiritual development of our students. And so as we did this, we realized we had 7 objectives we wanted to accomplish. While all the objectives are important, we did prioritize the objectives. And the #1 objective at this school is that every student will develop a lifelong and a saving relationship with Jesus Christ.
We're promoting Christian character development in our classes, our chapels, with prayer groups and our worship services. That's why our motto is building Christ's character in the heart of nature. Our on and off campus spiritual activities help to implement this primary focus.
Shenandoah Valley Academy is very special to me and my family. My maternal grandparents, my mother, and my daughter and I all graduated from SVA, and my great-grandmother and my father both received honorary diplomas from SVA, making my daughter Rebecca the first 5th-generation graduate of Shenandoah Valley Academy. I have worked at SVA for the past 20 years, and during that time I've seen a lot of changes take place here on the campus. In 2001, Hadley Hall, our girls' dormitory, was completely remodeled inside as each room was renovated. This was made possible by generous gifts from alumni and with help from Maranatha volunteers who came to our campus and spent 2 weeks working on the dorm. Then in 2006, a very generous gift from Louise Hart Fansteel, class of 1976, and her husband Howard made it possible for us to complete the renovations to Hadley Hall by renovating the bathroom between each suite of rooms and also remodeling the rest of the dorm, including the worship room, and installing air conditioning to the dorm. In early 2007, due to generous gifts from Don and Becky Feltman and others, we were able to remodel the Student Center into a fun place for the students to relax and fellowship together. But another area that really needed attention in order to attract students to SVA was the interior of the boys' dorm, J. Lee Price Hall. So an ambitious $2.5 million project was launched to completely renovate this dorm. With commitments of approximately 75% of the cost, this project was begun, believing that God would lay on the hearts of alumni and others a commitment to help complete this project. With the help of Maranatha volunteers once again, and with a generous $1 million gift from Louise and Howard Fansteel, this project was completed. In recognition of the Fansteel's generosity to SVA, the Shenandoah Valley Academy Board of Trustees voted to rename the dorm Fansteel Hall.
Rebuilding the enrollment at SVA was of primary concern. Many churches were visited, and conference schools were visited multiple times by SVA staff and students. Attractive brochures were produced and sent to every home in Potomac and Mountain View conferences. The Lord blessed, and in the fall of 2007, 110 new students were enrolled at SVA. With the addition of returning students, enrollment jumped to 175, 40 more than had been budgeted for. While through the years SVA students have been known for their academic excellence, a new initiative has been introduced into the curriculum in which dual academy and college credit classes are available.
One of the important factors that allowed us to increase our enrollment was the availability of student aid. We took the position that no student would be turned away because they didn't have enough money. But to make that happen, we decided we were going to establish 3 criteria. First, the student had to do their fair share. They had to work during the summer, and they had to work during the school year. Second, the parents had to do their fair share. And depending on the household income and the number in the household, that amount was determined. And then finally, the churches had to do their fair share. If all 3 did their fair share, we decided that no student would be turned away because of finances. We had a lot of generous contributions and donations from friends and alumni so that we have been able to keep our commitment for student aid for our students.
The Lord has richly blessed the innovative practices that have been initiated at the Shenandoah Valley Academy. And once again, the school has been helped through a crisis so that they can continue their work of educating academy-age youth. It is an interesting fact that the Academy sign is located on the identical site where Charles Zirkle's house once stood, and where from his window he watched his parents stake out the first 42 acres from their farm on which to build Shenandoah Valley Academy. With his dying breath, Charles gave his all, believing God would bless the vision God gave to him, and through the years this has proved true. And as long as God is in the control, the present and future look very bright for Shenandoah Valley Academy at this time of its 100th anniversary celebration. Over 4,700 students have graduated from SVA to serve God throughout the world. With a beautiful campus located in a picturesque countryside and with a dedicated staff and happy and industrious students, under God's continuing guidance, the future of Shenandoah Valley Academy is full of promise and joy.
I am bound for the kingdom. Will you go to glory?